So I was on Instagram and I received so many messages, so many ats, tagging me to this video because people just wanted to hear my response on it. And, I had to bring it to you guys. Okay. So apparently there was some kind of event that happened, and there was a young boy by the name of Lil James. Now, he is young, he is a child, so obviously I'm not going to have his face within this video, but I know that a lot of people who are on social media, if they saw him, they would immediately know who he is because he's gone viral so many times from his videos when he was younger. And then this gentleman apparently is a YouTuber, this guy in the red blazer. And so apparently there was some kind of event that happened. Little James was there with his mother, and this YouTuber was there. I don't know what happened. I don't know what flew up in his mom's head, but Little James' mom is the woman who was in this green dress, who is bent over. Okay, I don't know if they played, Cash Money 99 2000s. I don't know what happened, but what I do know is that apparently her song came on and she was throwing it back without apology. Okay, now in this video, I can barely play like every single clip, but basically I'm going to give you guys a little bit of synopsis before I go ahead and play the snippet that I have of this video. She's throwing it back on the YouTuber. Her son, who is very young, I don't even think he's, 12 years old yet. If he's 12, I'll be shocked. He might be like 10, 9, around there. And maybe even 11. He sees his mom dancing from across the room, runs over there and is breaking up whatever he sees going on and is completely distraught about the situation. And what really hurt my feelings, okay, or made me feel some type of way, just as the way that I love, Rivah love the kids, the way that I feel about children, is the fact that the person who was the YouTuber was doing more consoling to this young man than his own mother. Let me just go ahead and press play so you guys can see a little bit more of what I'm talking about. So the YouTuber is seen, he's over here apologizing to the boy. All right, my bad. I'm sorry, because in this exact clip of the video, this young man is literally crying. Boo-hoo, crying, like devastated. In my opinion, immediately when this whole situation happened, his whole ideology of what life is supposed to be, how his mom is supposed to behave, his mom being this nurturing, consoling, person, the way that he views women, we literally witnessed, all of this stuff unfold in front of him, his heartbreak. We witnessed it all in real time. And the mother is seen in the video, while he's crying, he's over here wiping his tears and stuff like that. She talking about, it's not even that serious. It's not even that serious. Get over it. Where do we come to a place where, mothers are out here doing all kinds of things in front of their children and trying to make their children, just get over it. It's not that big of a deal. What happened to the space of protecting, your child's innocence? Guarding their heart, guarding their minds. This is why, whenever people see, certain single mothers outside, again, we can't paint all single mothers with one brush. It's not realistic. But in these cases, this is why when single mothers are out here doing the foolishness, people be like, where his daddy at? What you doing? Because clearly your feelings come before your child's. Clearly your emotions come before your child's. Clearly, you wanted to twerk and wanted to be free and wanted to, throw it back on somebody that you don't even know like that. Comes before covering your child's feelings. She literally embarrassed her child, humiliated him in front of what would be another social media peer of his. It's not just about him being young because, people grow up. It's always going to be in the back of his mind that, this boy was twerking on his mom. And what saddens me is that a lot of young boys, especially when they grow up with single moms, they grow up with this kind of like feeling that they have this badge that they have to, protect her and they have to cover her and, they have to quote unquote be the man of the house because that's what a lot of their mothers feed them. Is like, oh, you're the only man around me. They see their mother as vulnerable because kids are not stupid. Okay, they understand the dynamics of a household. They understand that if Timmy got a mama and a daddy, that his household seems more secure and more protected. If I only got a mama over here, that means that she is vulnerable. So I have to, step up to the plate and think of any way that I can protect her. And in this moment, when he sees his mom dancing and he runs across the room to push this guy off, he is then looking at his mother to be the victim. But instead, his mother is standing over there like, oh, you need to just get over it. You need to stop. Oh, it is not that serious. Oh, you messing up my turn up. Let me just continue dancing because, you doing too much. Not understanding the pain that is inflicted upon her child. But then what really gets me is that we have the YouTuber who sees this boy, crying. He sees the emotion that is evoked from this situation, and he's like, all right, I'm just playing. I'm sorry. My bad, bro. Mind you, this is not his child. This is not his, he has no connection to this person. This is somebody he see and somebody he met. It's not his nephew. This is nothing to him. And as a man, his natural instinct is he is going to try to console this child and try to make this child feel a little better because, whatever he had going on, he was just playing, dancing, and he did not know that it was going to create this type of emotion. But the woman in this scenario, his own mother, is not doing so. She see him crying and she's still sitting there talking about, she's still dancing. Oh, you're not going to mess up my flow. You see, I can't stand these kids. They always doing too much. You need to stay out of grown folk business. You humiliated your child. Embarrassed your child for the sake of what? This make you look bad. This is where, the quote unquote villain story comes into play. This is how, young men get red pilled from a young age. Sometimes the first heartbreak that they see, it doesn't come from a woman that's their age. It comes from their mom. Once they see how she was acting. They see how she was getting down and they're like, oh, no, absolutely not. Could never be me. Oh, no. Oh, that's how she is? Another situation is the fact that, a lot of these young men, they lose respect for their mothers at this stage. Because once I see you bent over twerking on somebody, you can't tell me nothing. How you going to tell me, what bedtime is? How you going to tell me I should respect myself? How you going to tell me how to act when I'm in school and I disrespect the teacher when I can't see you respecting your own self? How's that going to work? This is why we need to bring back shame. Okay? There was a whole bunch of other women in this video who were seen laughing, kiki and ha-ha. And, there's so many women in this video egging her on, talking about, hey. There should have been a space where people were like, girl, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Your son is here. This ain't your night off being a parent. Your son is right over there. Why should he even have this visual of his mother bent over in front of a man? Wiggling up or doing anything. Why should he have that in his mind? Again, that's why as a mother, you're supposed to be protecting his mind, shielding his mind. He shouldn't even know that visual at all. If anybody in the party dancing like that, he shouldn't even be there. Because he's a child. Not your peer, not your little brother, not your homeboy, not your friend. You're a child. This is very distasteful. Okay? This is very, very distasteful for me. And again, a lot of the trauma, this is where a lot of trauma stems from. People always talk about, oh, you know, your dad wasn't there and he didn't this and he didn't that. But why don't we ever talk about mama trauma? You force them to grow up. You force them to try to be like big people. You know, you force them to try to, you know, just get with it because maybe you had them young and you weren't done, you know, living your lifestyle or whatever it is that you wanted to live. And so you just bring them along into it and they just have to cope and deal. How about trying to, you know, create situations that they don't have to heal from when they're adults? How about not thinking selfishly? But apparently for a lot of you guys, that's too much to ask. Again, I thought this was very distasteful, heartbreaking. You know, when I saw this immediately, I was like, you know, poor baby. Poor thing. His whole, you know, his whole ideology of what life is and his thought process just shattered. Broken. And we all witnessed it. Really, really sad sight to see. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I would love to hear you guys' opinions on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.